Right, channel update, backdate even. Um, the last video I posted was about this machine here, which is, this is, I suppose, a bit of a spoiler. Um, kind of lets you know that it is up and running and we're using it. It's still not right, but yeah, that's a bit of a saga. And I think what I'm going to have to try and do with that series on the CNC is to maybe make that a midweek thing. I don't know if I can keep up putting enough videos out. I didn't want to do all the CNC, and it's going to be quite a few episodes. So I'm hoping I can put the episodes on about the CNC on, say, Tuesday, Wednesday, or something like that, and do more normal stuff for the weekend. Well, normal for me, which will be a bit of machining, a bit of welding, so on. So, yeah, and I don't know if anybody's watched the channel for very long will know that we moved a little while ago, quite a while ago. Yeah, I had intended to do some videos about our move, but we just did not have time. I took some videos and then didn't have time to edit them. I've got a lot of old videos in the pipeline, which I just need to go through. Um, Today is March the 15th, 2025. Um, the videos on this thing dated from a couple of years ago, and a lot of the other stuff that I've been posting will be from that kind of era. Right, this coming up is one of those old videos that I took ages ago, around about the same time as I was working on the CNC and taking videos on that, so a couple of years old. And it was, most of the work was done on this table, but in our old workshop, which was the other side of the wall there. And there's a huge error in it. Anybody who knows anything about Mercedes 230 SLs will probably be thinking, what are you talking about, you idiot? Um, yeah, made a major cock up on describing the piece, but I will tell you about that if you want to watch it, and I'll tell you the mistake at the end. We've got a little job to do here. I hope we can do it. This is it's a Mercedes 230 SL door. Let's see if we can see the whole thing here. And it's supposed to be, well, a piece of trim goes along here, and whatever holds it in, somebody has opened out the holes to fix something on here, or used the wrong screws or whatever, and the guy's trying to get this back to original spec. And basically these holes need filling in. And we have a little, well, we've got a couple of problems on this one at the end here. Firstly, this is an aluminium skin, and it's just stretched around a kind of a plastic frame. Really surprising. This thing under here is a kind of plastic. Possibly it's kind of injection molded fiberglass reinforced resin or some sort, maybe, I don't know. We've got the aluminium skin on here, and we're trying to weld in this hole, but behind it is plastic. And also on this one we've got the remains of a previous fastener left in the hole. So yeah, I'm going to have to try and remove that before we think about trying to weld it up. Oh, I'll probably burn the aluminium away. I'll melt the aluminium into a big hole and burn the plastic behind it. We shall see.
this is the other door which we've got to do a similar sort of thing to. And yeah, whoops. This is the inner. Yeah, really surprising to see that this made out of plastic. Or it kind of looks like fiberglass, but there's no, you can't feel any fibers in it. So I can't imagine it's a huge injection molded piece. So it must have been, as I say, I think it's a composite of some sort, possibly laid up in a mold and then set to cure or something. I think it's the sort of thing that I had a Ducati motorcycle and the fairing looked like fiberglass but wasn't. And I'm guessing this is the same kind of construction. Surprise. I guess it's a low volume method of making stuff. Oh, we've still got flipping steel in there. Gold. Right, I'll just knock the remains of the screw out of that hole. So I guess I'm hoping that was what the magnet was being attracted to. So hopefully there's nothing left in that hole now, and we might have a hope of putting some aluminium weld on the other side of it, and we can see how the panel is folded around the plastic moulding. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Well, there's still some steel in here. That's really weird. No, there's nothing there. That is come across, and then yeah. What the heck? Whether this was made with a steel piece between the aluminium and the composite at the back, God knows, I don't know. But yeah, there's some steel in here. What the heck are we going to do with this? Try and blob some MIG weld in there, see what happens. Aluminium MIG, and see if we can get that to stick to the skin. Yeah, don't know. Well, after a good clean up, first stage, getting these holes filled in. And what usually happens is the edges of the holes just melt away. Some of these were so thin as well. So yeah, we've got a kind of a donut around each hole now. And what I'm going to do now is flatten them off a bit on top these are so much bigger than they started with, these holes. It's ridiculous. So yeah, this one I've just filed flat. I'm going to do that with all the others, and then we'll have a go at actually filling them in. We're gradually filling in the holes in these little donuts. I'm going to do another file across the top and then another go. The problem is I don't want them to be, I'm trying to fill the hole in at the level of the panel. I don't want to bump on the top, so that when they smooth it flat, that there's still a hole in the middle. So I want to try and get the filling to drop into the hole so it's the same level as the panel. Right, all filled in now. Bit of a dip in the middle, but that's okay. Yeah, I think by the time the raised bit around the edge is taken down, the middle will be kind of flush. We'll flip it over in a minute and have a look at the inside, see where we're at. But yeah, kind of similar. So I think that job's jobbed. I'm not smoothing them down. That's the bodywork guy's going to do that. So he just wanted us to fill the holes in. Well, pretty untidy on the inside, but I think that's going to do the job. Yeah, very lumpy. And it's quite tricky because, yeah, the first thing you do when you're trying to fill the hole in is you just melt away the edge, and you get this great big thick lump around here, and then you've got to try and fill the middle in. So that's quite low there, but again, by the time this is ground down, I don't know if he's even going to do that, because this is the inside, but the whole point of the exercise was so that he can re-drill the holes that take the trim. I don't know if there's some clip that goes on the inside or what, I don't know. Yeah, so some pretty ugly little blobs here. But I think that is gonna do.
So the big mistake there, when I was frankly talking a load of, you know what, that door is not made of a composite or piece of plastic or whatever. It's a cast aluminium frame. Ah, how did I not see that? Anyway, yeah, and here's another little piece, similar sort of work, same car, well, same model. Don't think it's actually the same car, it's a different color, but yeah, another piece of aluminium.